David Patterson. Tell the world who you are.
My name's David. Grew up in Virginia. Then I started a YouTube channel there. And I went through 3 other channels before it actually worked. And then I got into the car stuff due to people like Matt Farah and Rob Ferretti from Super Speeders and all those guys. I grew up watching them, and I wanted to do what they did. And that's it.
You know what? It's an admirable thing. So here we are at future classic car shows, and I guess when you look at this, guys my age, we look at this and we go, these are all the cars I, have dreamed about, and you probably feel the same way.
Oh, absolutely.
Talk about it.
Well, what I like about this show is I'm not sucking up to it, I promise. This show has quality over quantity, and I go to a lot of really big car shows, but there's not a lot of stuff that sticks out as much. I could go up to one of these cars and just admire it and see everything they did and then spend all day at each car, which is cool. But at the same time, if you're talking about future classics, it's really difficult to choose. So I'm going to each of these cars going, could that be a future? Oh, I guess it could be because of X, Y, and Z. So yeah, it's really cool.
What are you driving?
I have a supercharged Mustang. I got a 2JZ swap 240SX Nissan. I got a Coyote S13 Coupe project in process. You get the little boost flutter. It's almost like a turbo flutter, but not quite there. And then an Acura Integra. So all that stuff.
You got a few cars there. It's good.
Yeah.
Okay, so if I was to tell you that I drive a Dodge Demon, is that a future classic?
I think it could be. I drove a 1,000 horsepower one with a big old Whipple on it in Atlanta. I think it could be, definitely, because of its exclusivity and stuff like that. It'll be hard to find them. I think in 20 years, it'll be really hard to find them.
Yeah, they're kind of hard to find right now. They only made 3,300.
Yeah.
Tell the world about your where they can find you, and you have, I understand, 1 million followers?
Almost there. Yeah, about 900,000 about.
Oh,
yeah.
No big deal.
No, it's taken almost 10 years, and I'm very proud. And a lot of the people watching right now, I can't thank them enough because I'm a guy that likes cars.
Literally, that dude in blue.
Well, it was
almost 1 million followers right here.
Well, it was a throwaway YouTube account that just so happened to catch on. Another thing about the car, it is on E85, so you're squeezing out just a little bit of power through that ethanol, and it helps a bunch. That's why when I started making content and it was actually working, I changed it back to my normal name. And people had a fit. And I was like, I guess I'm now officially that dude blue. So I embraced it, and I've been doing it ever since.
It's a good color.
It's a great color.
All right, so as far as a dream car for you, is there anything out there that you're still frothing at the mouth over?
I think there's an almost unattainable car, and then there's an attainable classic car you could get. I had the pleasure of meeting Christian von Koenigsegg 3 years ago.
There you go.
And he blew my mind. And I was like, this is my dream car now.
What are those, $1.5 million, $2 million?
Yeah, it's atrocious. But when you actually see what they do, you're like, okay, I get it.
Yeah, right.
But no, I've always been a big Lambo guy. I've loved Lambo. They're ridiculous, but I've always loved Lamborghini. And I think the new GT500 is going to be interesting.
You know what?
It's coming out this week.
I just got the embargoed footage of that. GT500. I had one. It was a gift from Carroll Shelby. I was working with Carroll.
Oh, really?
I was involved deeply, and I sold that car, and I want it back. But I thought, 2007 GT500 Super Snake was nice in 2007.
It was.
A 2020 is going to be a complete animal.
It's going to be an animal. And
over 700 horsepower.
Well, even the 13 to 14, I did a video on one recently. I did the Super Snake test car that Kenny Bell did for Shelby.
Right.
About to make Carroll Shelby very proud. And it was weird driving the car that they R&D'd everything and did the research on. And I was like, this is easily one of the scariest cars you could buy stock because of the live axle. You'd hop around.
Right.
It was scary. And to this day, that's one of the best bang for your buck cars you could still buy.
Just pure fun.
Oh, yeah. Awesome.
That dude in blue, you can find him. He's almost got 1 million followers, and you guys can help him get to the million part if you go and check him out.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Are you going to be doing anything else while you're here?
I'm just here to hang out. Just talk to everybody, talk cars, and enjoy the show.
All right, last question. What is the most ridiculous car you've ever owned?
Owned? Oh,
Not driven, owned.
I would probably the Mustang is probably the fastest car in my...
No, it doesn't even have to be fast. Just, a Gremlin. A ridiculous car.
Probably my S13 240 because it has the 2JZ in it with the Supra, and I did 153 miles an hour in the half mile in a tin can, basically. And so when you have 500 horsepower in a car that weighs 2,200 pounds, it's pretty wild.
Power to weight ratio is
yeah,
crazy.
It's really cool.
What do you want people to know about you on the way out? That dude in blue.
I would say the best way to describe it is that no matter what kind of cars you're into, it's always welcome on the channel because I film everything from turbo Civics to I've driven the Porsche 918 before. So everything in between, I probably have something for you, definitely.
Give it up for that dude in blue.
Woo.
Welcome, everybody, to the Future Classic Car Show. We hope that you'll come back next year. It continues to get bigger and better all the time. I'm Alan Taylor. Thanks to Roger Falcioni for having this awesome event from ClassicCars.com. Roger, kicking ass, buddy. Thank you. Appreciate it. All right.
Everything.